Several years ago, my wife and I went through a really challenging time, and it wasn't clear whether our marriage was going to make it. And I sat down with a friend of mine, and I was talking it all through, and he looked me in the eye, and he said, I don't know if it's going to make it or not. He said, but have you done everything that you can to give it a chance of working? And I said, what do you mean? And he said, well, my dad left us. And I've resented him ever since because he did not do everything that he could have done to make it go. And he looked at me and he said, have you done everything that you can do? Have you been to counseling? And he started going down that line. And the truth was, when he said it the first time, I knew that I had not. So I went back home and we opened up a conversation, got the help that we needed, renewed our vows. And that's a lifetime ago. That person, I am not sure that they were aware that on that day they were changing the course of my life, but they asked me a question because they cared and they knew what was to come. And so when I think about where you are right now as a leader, I know that what's ahead of us is challenging. I know that we have a lot to get done and we do not have the resources that we would like. And so the question comes up, at what point do you recognize there's no way to win? Well, there's a difference between losing and giving up. You can lose but not have given up, but you can give up, and even if you win, then what are you or who are you? So right now, as you are feeling the fatigue, right now as you are feeling the pressure, I want to look you in the eye and I want to ask you this question. Could you look at your team right now and say that you've given them everything that you have, that you've done all that you can to make this go? Have you sacrificed? Have you made the hard decisions? And if you have not, then you got to get back in there. Because you set the pace. You set the pace on sacrifice. You set the pace on determination. You set the pace on having a good attitude about all of this, because in times of leadership, the team is looking to you. And you may lose. At the end of all this, they may have to close the doors. And you've poured years of your life into this company, and you've poured so much into this nonprofit, and maybe it doesn't work, but at least you'd be able to look yourself in the mirror and know that you gave it everything that you have. So I would ask you to think deeply, be motivated by what it means, even a few years from now, to look back at this time and say, we didn't win, but we gave it everything that we had. And I believe that your decision not to give up inspires other people not to give up. And before you know it, if there is a door that can be opened, it will open. And you're going to look back on this time and be thankful that you chose to be the kind of leader who stood up, who looked hardship in the face and said, I'm here to the end. I will not give up, and we're going to find a way. Set the pace.